the defection of the key stakeholders of the People's Democratic Party, Delta State chapter, to the All Progressives Congress, APC, has stirred up party politics controversy in Nigeria. Yesterday on this show, we had former Delta State Governor, Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, who revealed that former Vice President Atiku Abubarkar is also preparing to leave the People's Democratic Party ahead of the 2027 elections. Okowa, who officially joined the APC on Monday, expressed regret for not aligning with his people in supporting a Southern candidate in 2023 instead of accepting the role as Atiku's running mate. The former Delta State Governor revelation has sparked widespread criticism, with people saying he betrayed the party that made him who he is in politics today. Joining us to reply to some of these key points that the former governor raised in his interview is Chief Dele Momodu. Basharun Balogun Dele Momodu. The Chief Dele Momodu is simply a chieftain of the People's Democratic Party. Welcome to the morning show.
Thank you and good morning, Dr. Ruben Abati.
So many issues on the table.
Good morning, Vimbai.
Yesterday we had Senator Ifeanyi Okowa on this program, running mate of the PDP presidential candidate Waziri Adamawa in the 2023 general elections. But now he says he has seen the light on the road to Damascus, and he has now left the PDP and is in APC. He in fact said that we should not be surprised that Atiku Abubarkar is on his way to the APC based on information that he has. 3, this morning, we again talked about Ambassador Damagum. Ambassador Damagum is saying, the PDP will go to court. A caretaker chairman has been appointed for Delta State. The same PDP that could not defend its own constitution and ensure discipline of members of the party doing anti-party. Now it's now that they want to go to court to go and prove the constitution. Is that not unnecessary hypocrisy? However, let's anchor it by saying, you had said that, Tinubu should not turn Nigeria into one-party state. Is it Tinubu turning Nigeria into one-party state? Or the PDP not being capable enough of managing his own affairs? Senator Okowa is well positioned enough within that party to be able to tell us some of the hard truths he exposed yesterday. I'm done.
Okay.
I'm waiting for you.
I was waiting patiently to listen to you and to respond accordingly. It's unfortunate that Nigerian politics has become an optical illusion. In magic, that's what they call optical illusion. The more you look, the less you see. It's unfortunate that gone are those days when we had politics of principle, politics of ideology. I grew up substantially on the campus of the University of Ife, now Obafemi Awolowo University. And we were well taught about logic. In fact, logic was compulsory at the time. I don't know if it is still compulsory today. Students must take logic. So when I listen...
It's a bit difficult. So
yes, it is difficult, but it is absolutely...
One of my toughest courses.
Yes, necessary to study logic. When I listen to people and I cannot find logic in what they are saying, it worries me. Yesterday I was watching you as you were interviewing our Oga, because it's still our Oga, former Governor Okowa. He was struggling. He was struggling to defend a political harakiri. There is nothing wrong. Anybody who knows me knows that I'm a Democrat. I believe in the freedom of speech, freedom of association, and even freedom of movement. So you can move to wherever you like, but you must be able to defend your action. I once moved from Labour Party to National Conscience Party. What happened? I was a fledgling presidential candidate. And when I faced a roadblock, I reached a dead end. So then I had to consult my people. Where do we go? We said, let's look for a party that is very similar in ideology to the party we were leaving. And that's why we opted for the National Conscience Party at the time. Then I contested and had about 26,000 votes nationwide. Then there was a lesson we learned that it would be difficult for any fringe political party to win a presidential election. You need platforms, you need so many things to be able to achieve your dream. So we then isolated two mainstream political parties in Nigeria at the time that Buhari came. We all supported Buhari in 2014. I remember them saying Dr. Bukola Saraki also left PDP at the time, but it did not. PDP was the ruling party, and people were very disillusioned about the direction the party was going at the time, though later, regrettably, it happens. Sometimes a man has to try two wives, or a wife has to try two husbands to know who is better. So I then decided that no, APC was going in the wrong direction. So the only option I had to actualize my dream was PDP. That's why I joined PDP. When people say, oh, PDP is not doing well, what else does Dr. Okowa want? You've been secretary to government, you've been senator, you've been governor for 8 years. The only way to go is up, either president or VP. And they gave you an opportunity to be a running mate to Alhaji Atiku Abubarkar. What did you deliver? You are from the South. What did you deliver? And so that's why I said he was struggling. Going to APC was an opportunistic move. Let's call a spade a spade. Why the hurry? Tinubu has not even done half time.
But he says Atiku himself will soon join APC. We'll be here.
Let me tell you something. I'm not yet speaking for Atiku. Okay? The Atiku that I know is not a desperate politician. In fact, his description is that of a consummate Democrat. I met him maybe about 3-4 weeks ago in Abuja, and he told me, he said, politics for him is a game that should be played in a clean manner. You win, fine. You don't win, it goes back to the drawing board. And that is why you can see you will not go to Atiku's house, find thugs in front of his house. You will never see Atiku. I worked with him. An administrator, you go and carry rumor to Atiku, oh, Dele Momodu is Tinubu's mole. It doesn't bother him. He say at the right time, he will reveal himself. That's how politics should be. The politics we play today is despicable. It's a politics of desperation. Oh, I saw people in Delta dancing. Now we've joined the mainstream. We want to bring the goodies to our people. Which goodies have you brought to your people in about 20 years? A lot of we're foundation members of PDP. Now we are connecting, it's like connecting electricity to the national grid. You know, what have you brought?
No, he has not answered
so that, but to say Atiku is going to APC, that one is impossible. That one I can guarantee you.
Okay, Bob D.
Yes.
Ambassador Amagum.
Yes.
He's now saying they will go to court. They have appointed caretaker committee for Delta. The same party. They will call a NEC meeting, National Working Committee meeting. The same party that cannot address the wicked question.
No, let me tell you something.
The same party that cannot enforce discipline.
No, it's all a melodrama. I'm not going to address Ambassador Damagum because I had my own personal opinion of what the NWC of PDP was up to. You see, the beauty of people like us is that I'm a part-time politician. I have my job. At Ovation, I'm a reporter. And that is what is feeding me. I've never lived on politics. So I can address issues very clearly and dispassionately. Ambassador Damagum, if he and some of his members were very patriotic about Nigeria, would have done the right things by sacking Wike. If they had made it possible for the NEC to sit in, oh, well, anybody can sack Wike.
Wike, that is
the Almighty, yes. Okay. Dr. Abati, Wike is sackable. But because, unfortunately, the insects eating the vegetable are well embedded within the vegetable, therefore, they know follower.
Yeah, one man used to come here to say that.
So that's the truth. So when they are serious, there are a few members who are very serious, very focused, but majority of the people, you know, you are dealing with principalities in politics. And the principalities, they know what it takes. You have to control the money. You have to control the judiciary. You have to control the legislature. In fact, you have to control the air that we breathe. Otherwise, how do you explain that rivers where there was no crisis, where nobody was firing a bullet, you declared a state of emergency there, and you have not declared in Borno, you have not declared in Sokoto, you have not declared in Niger, and all other places where you have very clear cases of violence going on. So, but Nigeria is a case of animal farm, George Orwell. All animals are equal, but some are more equal than others. And it's a case of do as I say, not as I do. So this is what is going on today in Nigeria. Damagun or no Damagun, I'm not bothered. When they are ready, what Atiku is trying to do happened before. It happened in 2014 when some patriots came together and said, no, we must arrest this drift towards perfidy and let us rescue our nation. Whether eventually they were right or wrong is a different thing. Politics is a game of chance. They took the chance at the time. If Governor Okowa left PDP to go and join the coalition, nobody will complain, no. Nobody would have complained because they will know that. But he never told us the things that they saw in APC that suddenly became so fascinating and attractive and irresistible that they had to move. They should tell us. I'm tired of people saying it's for my people. Every politician is living for himself, primarily and substantially. The people get only the crumbs. So anytime I'm watching a leader and say, oh, the reason we took it in the overall interest of my people, they should stop scamming Nigerians.
Okay, let's talk about Atiku, because you made quite a point where you said he's a consummate Democrat, to quote you directly. And I want to link that to the issue of ideology, because fundamentally the ideology around the PDP always focused on representation, inclusivity, ensuring the North and South are represented in an equitable manner. But some might argue that Atiku has been a stumbling block to that. So it's interesting that you're calling him the consummate Democrat. I want to see, how do you reconcile that? Because some other PDP chieftains are saying that Atiku should go, just the same way Wike should go, Atiku should go as well, because he's part of the problem. Why is it that his ambition should determine the direction of the party? That's what they're saying.
His ambition has never determined the direction of the party.
So it's okay for him to be a perennial presidential candidate?
It is the easiest, it is the easiest question for me to answer. PDP does not have problem with North-South. PDP fielded General Obasanjo 1999 to 2007. Thereafter, Yar'Adua came and unfortunately passed on while in power. And Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, a perfect gentleman, came on board to complete their first term. Then he contested his own. So that's 1 + 8 of Obasanjo, that's 9 years. After that, Jonathan did another 4 years. That was 13 years. Okay? And he completed that in 2015. So, and they still gave him a chance to contest again, which he lost to Buhari. So, had he won that election, PDP would have had Southerners for 17 years out of 24 years. None of you remembers. People try to confuse us by telling lies. So PDP, I don't know about APC or any other party, PDP does not have problem. People say it's supposed to be 8 years, not 8 years. In which constitution? And fortunately, Dr. Abati is a lawyer. He should come and tell us. It was the same wicked people complaining about North-South that brought the committee that threw our party primary open. That's why I was able to buy a form. I bought a form. Because at that time, Atiku had told them that if they will cede power to the Southeast, then it will make sense to him. But if it will still be a rotation between just a few zones, he will not support it. He wanted them to cede power to the Southeast. But because Wike had already disqualified himself by saying he's not an Igbo man, he says he's from South-South, he's not interested in Igbo or anything. So, and they succeeded in frustrating Peter Obi out of the party. So the course was clear for Nyesom Wike. There was nobody who had the capacity. You must give it to him. And I like to say it all the time. Damn good guy. You know, Projects man. That's why we used to call him Mr. Project. But always angry. Now, why did they not pick him? The same man who is complaining about North-South was ready to be vice president. Let him come out and deny that he never planned to be vice president to Atiku.
Okay, Prof. I said Prof.
No, I will claim
maybe you go back one day
Oh,
to
yes.
academia and become a professor. Look, there is an unwritten consensus. It's even written that North versus South divide is a major problem in Nigerian politics.
Yes.
And it was a problem in 2023. And it was a problem even specifically, even in the PDP. And it is even now a problem under this Emilokon administration. So I don't think many will agree with you that North-South is not a problem.
Please respond to the PDP issue. She asked me about PDP.
No, the division within
PDP allowed South 17 years out of 24 years. So why didn't they not complain at that time?
No, but that was part of the problem because people like Wike, the G5, what's this your grandfather's
Chief
Bola, who says that she should be known hereafter as young lady, and she likes it.
Baba
Bola says she's a young lady. He made a point that it was an ideological thing that after 8 years of President Buhari, power should go back to the South, either in the APC or in the PDP. But I don't want us to argue over that.
No, we must not run away from truth. What we do every time is to sweep truth under the carpet. The truth is that PDP had been fair to the South. If we agree on that, then we can move on.
Okay. Let's just leave it. I've thrown it up. Let's leave it because it's not an argument we can finish in a matter of minutes. But I wanted to ask you about coalition politics. You have said, one party state. Mr. Ononuga issued a statement saying coalition politics is dead on arrival because the people who are involved, they are looking for themselves, not looking out for Nigeria's interests. Will coalition politics work this time around? 2 years to the next election.
You must try in life. If you don't try, you won't know. I remember when Buhari came up, Buhari can never win election in Nigeria. He was a dictator. He was a tyrant. Why did Buhari make it that time? Necessity. Necessity is always the mother of invention. It will not happen until it has been tried and tested. And so let's see what happens. Let me tell you, I have a theory. And the theory is simple. That Tinubu can only be countered this time by a northerner. Any southerner telling you, I want to contest against Tinubu is going to waste his time.
No, but Tinubu doesn't want to leave the position.
No.
He wants a second term.
And so that's what I'm telling you. So, and the PDP or coalition or whatever you call them also want power. And the only way they can get power is to go by Isaac Newton's theory of actions and reactions are always equal and opposite. So they will come from the opposite direction. I can guarantee you that. Who will be the person? I don't know. If they attempt, I hear some Yoruba person says he wants to contest. He's a guy I like, a governor, Governor Seyi Makinde. But I know that at the end of the day, that cannot happen. It cannot happen. So what will then happen is that the North, who are the people, and when you look at, in fact, when I look at the configuration of Tinubu's cabinet today and all his appointments, you will see that, people will say, he's appointing Yoruba people because he's a Yoruba man. But it's not even about Yoruba, it's about his own personal cronies, most of them. Cronyism has crept into our politics, and the North is naturally aggrieved that, Oga, we thought we support you. Our man was the president. The man left, you started attacking him, as if forgetting that another election cycle will soon come. They were all abusing Buhari. So definitely the North will want to field their own candidate. And the way the Okowas are going about it, turning this thing into a southern affair, we made that mistake during June 12th. When we turned the national mandate of Abiola into a Yoruba mandate, it is the same error of judgment that I see Tinubu's people committing right now. The moment you start emphasizing that those who are decamping, because everybody decamping now, they are from the South. I'm sure maybe they will be able to coerce a few people in the North.
People have decamped from Kano.
Okay.
NMPP, led by Senator Smaila Kawu.
When my brother and friend, Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso decamps, then I know he's planning.
There's murmurings. Let's see what they turn to.
Now we have two emirs in Kano. This was not the democracy we prayed for. No.
Chief Dele, as you are here advocating for this coalition, the PDP governors are standing with an opposing view. So what then happens? Because it just sounds like with PDP, we're going from one confusion to the next confusion.
No, there's no confusion.
So half of PDP is in coalition with one leg in PDP. The other leg part of PDP is...
The other night, I spoke to Charles Aniagolu on your television in Abuja. That very night, I spoke with our governor in Bauchi, Bala Mohammed. He's a guy that we have that mutual rapport. And he said, we should not leave PDP and go somewhere else. Rather, people should come to PDP. But my own argument is that if PDP is not going to welcome a coalition and PDP just wants to remain stagnant, what do? Then you have to collapse it. So many parties had passed on in the past. Where is UPN today? Where is MPN? Even the AD, from where Tinubu and Co started in Lagos, where is it today?
So are you saying this is the end of PDP?
No, I don't know. If some people succeed in killing PDP, you can't help them. You can only be a sympathetic undertaker. There is nothing you can do about it.
Okay, Bob D, let's talk about your own politics. What is in it for you?
Nothing.
All this News Central today, channels tomorrow, Arise tomorrow. Some of our colleagues will say, what is Bob D looking for? But I know that you are going to celebrate 65 on May 15.
May 16.
May 16. You'll be 65 then. And look, on this table, we talk about implications. We talk about celebration. Yesterday, we were congratulating Otumba Mike Adenuga, who turned 72 yesterday. So it's good to have another birthday plan on this table. What are the implications? What are your plans? And where is the jollophing and pepper souping taking place? Let's leave Nigeria for a minute.
Yeah, the problems of Nigeria. But then before we leave Nigeria, I'm a public commentator like you. I just don't. You remember we started this platform together in Apapa?
I know.
With Wale Olaleye and all that. So, for me, our country above friendship. People ask me every day, how come you are not in APC? How come you and Tinubu? I said, Tinubu, I love him. He's a good man. Everybody likes him. But his politics, I'm sorry. So I'm a public commentator. And people do call me when they feel, and sometimes I call in. Like yesterday when I was watching Governor Okowa, I was dying to respond. Because it's not fair when we use the name of ordinary people, poor people. You lie against them to say they are the ones who sent you. How many of them did you consult before you jumped into the issue? So my birthday, by the grace of God, I'll be 65 on May 16th. I'm very excited about it. I believe now I've become officially an elder statesman at 65. We're going to have a lecture on that day. You compared the last one. I started the Daily Momodu Leadership Lecture Series at the Nigerian Institute of International Affairs. And we addressed the politics of energy and power at the time. So this year, we have the biggest fish in Africa. I spoke to him last night to reconfirm. That's Baba Ebola Owu himself, former President Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, is delivering a monumental lecture on how to end hunger and poverty in Africa. Because that's the biggest.
As a farmer.
Apart from being a farmer, he's a man who's always believed in green revolution. He's worked very hard globally. And he's a voice that nobody can ignore. So I'm very excited. I've spoken to former President Goodluck Jonathan. You can see PDP produced. We didn't know, sometimes you don't value what you have until you've lost them. Jonathan, such a perfect gentleman. I called him, he said, Dele, I will do anything for you. I was shocked because I was one of those who were fighting then. So those are the kind of things that we want to throw up to promote peace in Nigeria. So we're going to have that. But we're starting from this weekend. I'm going back to my roots in Ife. My older sister who I lived with, I managed to build a small bungalow for her and I'll be presenting it to her. So I want to do things that are serious. It's not about Owambe. I've told all my friends, I know, yes, you expect Dele to do Owambe. No. Then I go back to my roots in Edo State, where we've also constructed...
This is the house you built?
Yes, that's in Edo State. No, this Edo State. I had to tar the road. You see, all the APC, we are under APC now, so we are... So I'm trying to use it to speak to our people that we must do serious things in Nigeria. So we go to Edo, then the Dele Momodu Leadership Center and Library in Ibadan would also be open just 2 days before my birthday. And then we go to Lagos for the lecture and then go for dinner and dance at Federal Palace Hotel. Then the Jollofi that you are interested in.
Just before we go, Bob, when I leave here later today, I'll be on my way to Eko Hotel to attend the beginning of the final burial rites for Pa Ayo.
Adebanjo. We will all be there.
The family is starting today with,
Yes.
A night of tributes,
Yes.
a day of tributes, and all of that. This was someone you know very well. And, I mean, he was very close to the media. He believed in the younger generation. Just briefly, to talk about Pa Ayo Adebanjo as his family begins his final rites
They
today.
don't manufacture such people again in heaven. They are rare, very rare. Shortly before he died, he called me. Dele, hey, you are not here. You might not meet me. I said, Baba, I will meet you. Pastor Tunde Bakari was with him that day. And he got Pastor Bakari to call. He said, tell this boy, tell this boy that he has to come and see me. And then when I got there, he said, we're handing over to you guys. That's one of the reasons why we're doing what we're doing. It's not convenient to be in opposition. I would rather be jollofing with them too and connecting to the national grid of Abuja. But people like Baba have tried to pass on the baton to us, and we must not fail them. They suffered for Nigeria. Papa Edwin Clark too, we cannot forget, and that is where we are. And we shall all celebrate Baba. Even the angels in heaven will celebrate with us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chief Dele Momodu, publisher, Ovation International, for joining us on this program this morning.